Mula gang, so y'all know about that stuff that happened in Stockton. Do your homework on Stockton. Do your homework on bow, bow, bow. Do your homework on the whole kid's birthday party getting shot up. Do your homework on 17 people shot, 4 people killed, 3 of them people was kids. Do your homework on these niggas is out here tweaking, man. I don't fuck them grave ski. Now listen, I knew this was gonna happen. It was just only a matter of time because I know how these niggas get. I've seen this 1,000 times. Do your homework on 1,000 times. Somebody out here is bragging about the shooting. They bragging about the murder. Now, why are they bragging about the murder? Let's talk about that before I press play, okay? They're bragging about the murder because it's no longer a contest on being in the streets, having a war. No, the contest is who can be the stupidest, most crash out, dumbest motherfucker in the streets that do the dumbest shit possible. That's what the streets is. It's now a contest on who can do the stupidest, most crash out shit, because that means that they don't give a fuck about nothing and they're really like that.
This clip's just been going around on Twitter or X. Okay, this is posted 4 hours ago. 501 Tate, a member of the Townhomes gang based out of Stockton, California, states that he condones the mass shooting in Stockton involving children. He says, "We condone it, but we didn't do it." Now, do we believe that he didn't do it? Do we believe that these guys that are going around saying they condone this disgusting act?
Any street nigga that open his mouth and say that they condone some niggas pulling up and shooting up a kid's birthday party in an ice cream parlor, not killing no ops and killing 3 kids, all who was under the age. None of these people was even teenagers. They killed 3 kids, bro, and a 21-year-old. They didn't kill no ops, none of that. If you condoning that, you was a goofy. You a short yellow bus kid, shorty. Do your homework.
It's like, how can you even be saying that? As we discussed in the previous video, it sounds like the FBI have picked this up, and anybody that's even had a whiff of being around this situation is likely going to be facing life in prison and potentially the death penalty. So this individual is very misguided putting out this video, and I'm not going to lie, he's just put himself on the radar of the FBI. But let me play you the clip, because this is disgusting.
Bro, and they're talking about they don't condone shit like that. You sound like a bitch.
See what I'm saying? You sound like you care about stuff. You care about kids. I don't give a fuck about nothing, nigga. I'm a real good nigga. I'm a real gangster, nigga.
We condone all that shit. We condone it, but we didn't do it. So, nigga, oh God, don't put that on us. Oh, bro, we condone this shit though, cause niggas be shooting that niggas with their kids and shit. I'm done giving all you niggas passes. That's the old me. Nigga blowing, catching with his family or nigga smoking. Bro, and they're
So he's saying we condone it. He's saying the ops have been catching us with our families and our kids, and you know we'll catch people with their families and smoke them. Now, basically, people are kind of breaking this all down. Okay, they're saying rival gangs in Stockton. As I continue to deep dive on this, EBK versus Townhomes versus MB Flyboys. They're all against each other except the Flyboys and MBs. They have an alliance now. Reports have started circulating that the real targets of the shooting were indeed the rappers, and you know, allegedly.
So if you was such a savage real gangster, why you didn't run in that store, grab your op, pull him outside, blast his head off, and go on about your business? If you such a savage, if you see what I'm saying, like this shit fake, like you sprayed the crowd because you scared. You was scared of somebody shooting back and popping your stupid ass. So you sprayed the whole crowd, not knowing what you was doing, just because you wanted some points. You just wanted some points. You just wanted to go back to your hood and be like, look, y'all, I'm really a gangster. You believe me now? Oh my God. Like that's what you wanted to do, folks. You didn't really want to catch no op, because if you really wanted to catch an op, you would have walked in there and killed who you was trying to kill. You would have killed who you was trying to kill, bro. You wouldn't have killed, and now, okay, killing somebody in front of their kids is one thing. Killing their kids is a whole different thing. Do your homework. You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf is broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own, it's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and it's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing. There's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you.
The names that have popped up as far as the real targets of the shooting, okay, is MB Nell and Flyboy Dougie 3. That's what's been going around. Now, I don't know if they've got the names wrong here, but it basically says Stockton mass shooting were rappers MB Nell and Flyboy Dougie. I think, is it supposed to be Dougie? The real targets. And basically, you know, people are trying to get to the bottom of this. It says, in the aftermath, unconfirmed social media and local media reports have suggested the intending victims may have been rappers MB Nell and Flyboy Dougie, who were allegedly present at the event, and it was a gathering held for a 6-year-old's birthday party.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta take some type of accountability too. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is why being in the streets is fucking stupid. Because 9 times out of 10, you being in the streets, you gonna get somebody else hurt or killed before you get yourself hurt or killed. Like, you know you in the streets. You know you done shot at these niggas. They done shot at you 150 times. What the fuck is you doing at an ice cream parlor with your 6-year-old kids, bro? You know what I'm saying? Now, is they bogus as hell for shooting it up? Yes. Am I on their side? No. But if you in the streets, you in the middle of a war, you gotta have enough sense to be like, okay, let's drive an hour away. Let's not do this party shit and have all the guys right here, the big ass op festival right here in the middle of the city. Let's drive an hour and a half away. You know what I'm saying? Let's rent a party van, a party bus, take the kids somewhere we could play in the suburbs where we know ain't no niggas around. We know ain't no ops around. You know what I'm saying though? Like, when I was in high school and niggas was trying to do whatever they was trying to do to us, we used to take our ass to Naperville, Aurora. Like, we used to drive an hour plus away from the city just to go to Dave & Buster's or just to go to a party, or, you know what I'm saying though? Like,
it is crazy.
Real deal.
This is actually so messed up. It says, according to sources, the targets of the mass shooting on the child's party were Stockton-based rappers, who I just mentioned. The party was reportedly for Nano's daughter. The reports coming from the streets and sources in law enforcement, but remain officially unconfirmed. Now, apparently, the police have officially identified the 21-year-old adult male who was killed alongside the 8-year-old, 9-year-old, and 14-year-old. And this is just so heartbreaking.
One teenager.
To see,
I think
man.
it was
This is
14.
just messed up.
The first time we are now seeing a picture of one of the victims killed, 21-year-old Susano Archuleta. Today, his family held a service to remember him. And here is what we know right now. As we mentioned, 4 people killed, 11 others shot. Among the dead are 3 children, ages 8, 9, and 14, in addition to the 21-year-old. Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi.
And it's the 14-year-old, I think, right here. Picture of the little boy. That shit's sick as hell.
Also said the 8-year-old was a student at Stockton Unified, and also said she has reached out to the White House and the Department of Justice about helping combating crime in her city. The sheriff's office has determined the shooting was targeted and was not random. Your reporter Tori Apodaca is at the scene and spoke to a family.
It's just like that Mellow Buck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just killed the nigga that y'all was into it with 2 days ago. And y'all gonna have an album release party and it ain't private at all. Y'all got the address everywhere on social media. Everybody see y'all. Y'all in the middle of the city, like, and you thought nobody was finna get. And even in that situation, I don't agree with that either. Like, they pulled up and they shot a bunch of girls for real. It was mostly innocent people that got shot and killed. But it was like, y'all just killed a man, and y'all been dissing him in that situation. Y'all killed the man, and y'all been dissing him for days, hours. Why do you think you finna have a party in the middle of the city and ain't nobody finna come do nothing?
21-year-old killed in this mass shooting. Tori.
And you putting other motherfuckers in harm's way who don't even know what's going on. That little 14-year-old boy, the 8-year-old boy, the 9-year-old boy don't know what the fuck y'all got going on in the streets. He don't know y'all in the middle of a war. He don't know nothing. All that little boy knows, he finna come get some ice cream, folks. Motherfucker, you feel me? Like, so it's like both sides just, the whole street shit just dumb as hell, bro. It's just all stupid.
Steve, the mood out here is just somber in Stockton. Over my left shoulder, you can see bullet holes in the building that was hit with gunfire, and over my right, that growing memorial for the victims in this. Like you mentioned, I did speak with the aunt of the 21-year-old victim who showed up to a prayer vigil today, searching for peace in the midst of this chaos.
Yeah, shit's sick. We ain't gotta watch the whole damn news clip, though.
This just shouldn't be happening. You know, this is just so heartbreaking. These are children. They're mourning 3 children. Like, the guy at the start that you saw saying he condoned this,
he's a loser.
He's a clown. Okay? It's not acceptable. There's not
loser. Anything
to condone 3 kids. There is nothing cool or gangster about this. And look at the aftermath, man. The families that have been shattered, the community that's been destroyed. Nobody should be proud of this, and you best believe everybody's going to jail and potentially getting a needle.
In the midst of her immeasurable pain,
all right.
This says Stockton police arrest 5 people in Lewis Park for gang-related activity. It says the Saturday night they carried out some arrests. Officers were on patrol around Lewis Park after reports of multiple armed individuals reported just before 10:30 p.m. Officers arrested and located.
Reports of multiple armed individuals means that they was outside waving guns like a bunch of fucking goofies.
5 individuals. Mainly 2 teenagers, a 22-year-old, 32-year-old, 27-year-old, and they were all taken into custody for charges related to conspiracy, weapons violations, and gang conspiracies. Police cannot confirm if these individuals are connected to the mass shooting that occurred that night.
Oh, that same night.
My bad. I got the timeline a bit mixed up, but this basically happened after the most recent mass shootings. These 5 people have been arrested. I was just telling you about that previous mass shooting that kind of was, the shooting where children were nearly hit.
There was another one?
Just as far as some context to what's going to happen later, okay? But this actually just happened last night, the day after the mass shooting that we heard about. Now, what I'm going to tell you about next, because this is new stuff that's come out today, Renegade Media on YouTube has released a pretty good breakdown explaining the relevance of this arrest and the politics behind this gang war, and so you can understand how this has been going on for quite some time. So basically, okay, it's just, he's going to break it down, but basically there's a whole lot of gang politics behind this war.
What's crazy is there's a lot of loose alliances that take place. From what I've gathered so far, even though 4 people got arrested in Lewis Park Blood area in their neighborhood, 4 people, it was like an adult woman and like an adult young teenager and like 2 kids and a white vehicle that they used for the drive-by. They're all conspiracy charges as of now. But, you know, everybody was jumping to conclusions like it had to be EBK because of the intended targets. These rappers were the intended targets. And Nell, then you got Dougie Threes. Nano was there, and this Norteño Manos from Vario Latino Locos was there.
Nano, I think Nano is the nigga that I did the reaction. Tommy G went to his hood. I'm pretty sure
Nano was there. And
that nigga, I'm pretty sure that's who Tommy G went to.
This
the hood
Norteño
with.
Manos from Vario Latino Locos was there as well. I believe it was his daughter's birthday party, or I think it was Nano's daughter's birthday party. It was one or the other.
Damn.
Somebody's birthday party for the little girl. But these rappers right here, Ambi Nell and Dougie, have, so far from what I've been watching, have been prime instigators when it comes to gang wars. They're going live, talking smack about EBK's camp.
And that's another thing. Like, you getting on Instagram, you getting on live, you talking crazy about your ops and all this other shit. And then the next day or the next week, you bring your kids to it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense to me. If I'm in the middle of a war I'm not bringing my kids is not coming outside, bro. And if they do, we going all the way to the farthest fucking suburb we could go. Or we just gonna move. Like, I don't. These niggas be having Rolexes on, big ass chains, $200,000 worth of designer clothes. Like, man, take your ass. Why you ain't moved yet? You live in California. You know how fucking expensive it is to live in California? You could live like a king in Texas and you ain't got to look over your shoulder. I don't understand this. I don't get it, bro. And these niggas want to do this. It's not like it's nothing they can do about it, or you feel me? They want to do it. They instigating it. They making it bigger. They making it more dangerous. Like getting on fucking Instagram and showing guns and talking about murders and dissing ops and shit.
Now, mind you, EBK and Lewis Park Bloods have a loose alliance.
Get some help.
At first, they didn't get along. Then being locked up in the pen, being locked up in the juvies and the counties, they started to get along. Then they started pulling off skits together. Then they built this alliance to where, since they have the same enemies, share the same enemies, they're going to go to war with different enemies. Same thing happened with Fly Boys, which everybody knows bands from, Fly Boys, and Mud Brothers, and B, which is a lot of other different rappers, including MB Nell, hence what MB stands for. Because
So he's basically explaining the politics, and he's basically going to go on to explain, you know, he's saying that some of these guys that were there, they were unfortunately instigating this beef, and the Lewis Park Bloods, they're tapped in with EBK, which is Jaaybo's crew, and basically they weren't necessarily allied. They spent time in jail together, and that's when these groups started to kind of come together. Now, apparently, MB Nell's beef with the Lewis Park Bloods started over a gang name, and basically this is how EBK also got involved in
See what I'm saying? They beef started over a gang name. Nigga Chucky and his fucking, they beefing with O-Block over who started saying bloodbath first. Lil Zay Osama and MAF Tski beefing over who started saying scoom first. Like, just the stoop. But this is what I be telling y'all. Y'all gotta understand and tap into the motherfucking psychology behind this shit, bro. These niggas wake up every day and they just find and make up reasons out of thin air. They just make up reasons to get into it with motherfuckers so they can have ops. Because if they don't have ops, they can't say they're a street nigga. If they don't have dead homies, they can't say they street. If they never went to jail, they ain't got nobody doing life, they can't say they street. So they all these things in their head are stacking up their points. So yeah, what you think you start saying flame on first? I start saying it first, cuz. On the hood. If we see y'all, we finna step on y'all, cuz, on the hood. And then 15 bodies later and 6 months go by, 15 motherfuckers got killed. Now y'all in the real war. You look left and you look right and you like, damn, why we into it? Because over some work, over a term, over a name, over some slang words, my nigga. Like what? But it's because they just want to find reasons to get into it with a nigga, bro. It's not no real reasons, bro. None of these gang wars, I don't give a fuck what you got going. It's not no real reasons for them to be. It's not.
Gang warfare. Apparently there was a dispute over some shoes that ended up escalating to violence. And it just shows you just how sad and senseless the actual reasons behind these gang wars actually are. For kids to be losing their lives over such nonsense, trivial nonsense, is actually just heartbreaking.
A little bit before 2019, MB Nell started Mud Brothers. Started his own clique, but he had respects from different cliques and different factors from North Stockton, and he decided to create his own MB, Mud Brothers. The only problem is Mud Brothers was already being used by a different clique. Now, a lot of these cliques have smaller cliques within their cliques, but they're all one big clique as a whole. But Lewis Park Bloods had their own little clique called Militant Boys, MB as well, and they didn't like that. So that little war started, a little feud, and that's why they started targeting MB Nell before he started dissing everybody. They actually robbed him for like an ARP, like an AR-14 or something. They robbed him for a gun. They punked him because they thought he was a punk. Well, he wasn't going for that, and he started doing diss tracks against them. Now, there's ongoing gang wars that have been taking place because it all stems from this rapper right here, one of the most popular rappers out of Stockton, who went international. Dude, I've seen people like in Scotland and Switzerland bumping his music on TikTok.
People love EBK Jaaybo all around the world. I'm not going to lie. I got friends in the UK that are obsessed with this guy. I got friends in LA, got friends in New York, got friends in everybody loves this EBK Jaaybo guy. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the music's hard, but it's like, I don't know what it is about him in this specific situation that people are so obsessed with, man, but it's crazy.
For Boogeyman. Well, it all dates back from when Nightingale and Flyboy's mob, they were all kind of clicked up. They were cool, but, you know, he was like 16, 17, him and Osama, and they got punked for their shoes. See, he had relatives, I think a Theo and a dad. that were from Nightingale, which was a different clique. There was like a different form of alliance back then. It was like 2 cliques in one, but he was from the Nightingale part. And once his son and Osama got jacked for their shoes, his dad went and confronted those individuals that were responsible for it, which was Northside Gangsta Crips. And his dad dies from it. Now, I believe they were all under a mutual understanding and form of alliance, something like that along those lines, to where Jaaybo retaliated, got his get-backs. He was shaking hands with certain people of the Fly Boys mob, thinking everything was cool, smoking a weed with them, and they were having a music video shoot at a market. Because at that particular meeting where he was shaking hands and, you know, calling a truce and calling a peace treaty, they were calling his dad a weirdo in prison, putting all kinds of funny charges on his dad's name. And he didn't like that, so he retaliated. So even though he was shaking hands with these individuals and smoking weed and about to do a music video with them, he blindsided them. He snaked them at this particular market where they were doing the video shoot. It was called Eminem's Market, and allegedly they blamed EBK and his little crew that he was starting. They blamed him for shooting, I guess, a notorious killer in the streets of Stockton by the name of Sauce. Just shot him in the head. Sauce didn't die, but Sauce was known to put a lot of bodies underneath his belt. Sauce died years later, but they shot Sauce in the head, and that's what started this crazy gang war between Nightingale and Fly Boys. So he was the one, allegedly, in accordance to the streets, that started all this gang war, because over a pair of shoes, put his dad in an ugly predicament, and things started to escalate. And then he blitzed the same people he was shaking hands with for get-backs and retaliation, and almost took out his big name.
So this is insane, right?
No, telling me it's stupid. I don't want to watch no more. Do your homework.